Well, it's recording. It's fine.
Everyone feel good? I don't feel very good. Well, hello there. Welcome to On the Beat, the podcast that uncovers full frontal male nudity in cinema. My name is Laura, and I am joined by my co-host Ryan.
Hello.
And we're also joined by our friend Josh from Uncomfortable Brunch.
Hi there.
It's like a 2 in a row.
Yeah, this is too many.
We've got you kind
This
of
is
like heavy in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, not for
Yeah.
me. I mean, just for your listeners. They don't need this.
Yeah, familiarity breeds contempt.
Well, it's like we had a lot of fun last time, and now we're going to have a horrible time talking about the 1974 erotic psychological war drama, The Night Porter. Directed by Liliana Cavani, starring Charlotte Rampling, Dirk Bogarde, Philippe Leroy, and Gabrielle Ferzetti. The only two people I remember for the most part are your main two, Dirk and Charlotte.
I'm still hung
I'm not
up.
going to.
I'm still hung up.
Again.
You're thinking like this would be a bad time.
Well, we'll see.
Completely subjective.
I mean, it's dark. This is a
Yeah.
dark motion picture.
It's pretty rough. It's incredibly sad. It's really sad.
And sexy. I'm just kidding. It says erotic. Did no one get a boner? I did.
I mean, I kind of always have one a little bit.
There's a part where I thought there was
It's not great.
an
always
SS.
at half mast.
I thought there was an SS officer having sex with a corpse at one point. So I'll ask you guys later.
I don't believe that's true if I'm thinking of the same scene you are.
We'll
see.
We'll see. I was confused.
Well,
so
you were just like, I was like, I can't identify it. Is basically what you
the
said.
colors made me unsure if that person was alive.
Yeah, everyone's gray in that movie.
But I thought they were. I thought they were moving around. Yeah, but this person
they were moving
was slightly
around.
more. Well,
Not
yeah,
of
the
their
body.
own.
Yeah, as he's like doing the business like that. The thing he's fucking is moving around and the mouth is moving and stuff.
I didn't see a face. Okay,
Yeah.
so the synopsis of this film that I pulled from Letterboxd is: a concentration camp survivor discovers her former torturer and lover working as a porter at a hotel in post-war Vienna. When the couple attempts to recreate their sadomasochistic relationship, his former SS comrades begin to stalk them. And the tagline is, the most controversial picture of our time. So.
Bold claim.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
My favorite thing when starting this movie was that I didn't know anything, and that's how I like to go into my motion pictures. So it was really, I don't know, like upsetting. And then it just got worse.
It's a pretty nuanced movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't want to skip ahead on anything. I just I think that after watching it, the last couple times I've seen it over the last few years, because I don't know, I showed it for brunch back at, when we were still at the bar.
Oh.
So like 2016 maybe.
Oh, man.
So a little under 10 years. But I do remember that it was on November 1st because the day before was Halloween, and a couple people still were so hungover they hadn't changed out of their Halloween costumes, and that was really upsetting watching that movie with people still in Halloween costumes.
Hungover.
Yeah, it was
You're just
something.
like,
Ooh.
fuck. Yeah.
We raffled off a Blu-ray of it. I remember.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We made it up at the time when I said we didn't have rules for it. We were just going to have tickets to the door. But then when I noticed that there were a handful of people wearing costumes, I turned it into a costume contest.
Well, Ryan, do you want to tell us about Liliana?
Liliana Cavani is an Italian film director and screenwriter, and she's also directed opera.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It makes a ton of sense, actually. So in terms of her films, this is just the films as a director. So we have Francis of Assisi in 1966, Galileo in 1968. They were both made for TV. The Year of the Cannibals in 1969. The Guest, 1971. Remember that one recently with the guy who comes over and beats up those bullies at the school?
Yes.
Yeah.
With Dan Stevens?
Yes.
That's not this one, though.
Pretty sure it is.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there's not two films with the same title.
Impossible.
So, Milarepa in 1973, The Night Porter in 1974, Beyond Good and Evil in 77, The Skin in 81, Francesco in 89, Where Are You? I'm Here, 1993, Ripley's Game, which we watched, the 2002 movie with John Malkovich. De Gasperi, the Man of Hope in 2005, Einstein 2008, Un Corpo in Vendita in 2012, So Good She Did It Twice, Francesco again in 2014, and The Order of Time from 2023. And she directed the Order of Time when she was 90 years old.
She's still alive.
She's still alive to this day. She's 93. So, yeah.
Did you see Ripley's Game, the one with Malkovich?
I saw it when it first came out. I don't remember anything about it, to be perfectly honest.
It is not bad.
Yeah.
But Malkovich as like this.
I don't know if I would say it's like
like the erotic
good
star
though, but
was
it's not bad.
weird.
Sure.
There's some
time.
cool shit in that film though. There's some really cool stuff in it. But the problem is that we went through a whole Ripley's like marathon.
How many are there? There's 3 or 4, right? Of the
Talented
Tom
Mr.
Ripley.
Ripley,
The American.
The American Friend.
The American Friend, yes.
Okay.
Ripley's Game.
Yep. There's another
There's a
one.
show as well with Moriarty
Well, that's new.
with the sexy
Yeah.
priest.
That's slightly new.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more new. From
oh shoot, what's his name?
what'd you call it? The gay movie from the other year. Strangers.
All of us.
All of our yeah.
strangers.
Oh, all us strangers.
Yes. Yeah. The guy in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's another movie that I think is not very well received. There's at least one other movie that hasn't been very well received. But yeah, we did The Talented Mr. Ripley. That movie's good.
That is a
Andrew
good movie.
Scott.
Andrew Scott, yeah.
Andrew Scott. Okay.
There we go. But yeah, that's
That's her
Liliana
work.
Cavani. Yeah, that's what she did.
Well, with a story like this, it seems so incredibly fleshed out that I was sure that this was just based on like a novel or someone's book, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it came organically. Like the director wrote it with a couple of other people, but
One of the writers actually went on to write I Am Love from a few years back, which the whole opera thing
Oh.
really makes sense when you think about that.
I almost bought that the other day at Viper Video in Tampa.
Hmm.
And then I ended up picking up The Boy Next Door instead.
Same thing, really.
Oh no. Oh
Yeah,
no.
it's a strange fascination with that Jennifer Lopez movie that you have.
That movie's so good.
Man, I was so excited to put that in, and I'm happy I have it, but I definitely confused it with Enough. I was expecting to go into it watching Enough because I wanted to watch the Sleeping with the Enemy again.
I don't know who I was talking to, but that happened to somebody else.
Yeah. And they're not even that similar.
No.
They're not at all. There's no reason to conflate the two. They're like a decade apart, too.
Well, I think you two are repeating the same conversation we had when we drove to Tampa, though. I think that's where it came from. Because then I started talking about...
someone else did it too, I swear.
Well, I started talking about Michael Apted. No, you know what? It might have been Thai or something.
Yeah.
But then I was saying things like, I was just saying Michael Apted. And I was
Man
like,
About Town
like Gorillas in the
Thai.
Mist. And it was almost as if I was talking into an echo chamber. But yeah, I was like, Michael Apted. Because nobody knows who the fuck he is, like at all.
You're going to have a real problem with those Apted fans coming after you now.
What, the 21 and above crowd?
Sure. I don't know what
Whatever
you're
it was.
talking about.
Well, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. It doesn't matter. He also directed Tomorrow Never Dies as well. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well, the director, she was making a documentary for Italian TV on prison camps in Dachau. And they were on a break. It was pouring down rain. And she saw a woman kind of walking through the rain carrying...
Dachau? It's
Yeah.
Dachau.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Dachau. Sorry.
Well, I apologize.
The concentration camp?
Right.
Yeah, Dachau.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
And she's walking through the rain carrying red roses, and she's kind of looking amongst like all the demolished huts, like that the prisoners were held. And she apparently found whatever spot she was looking for and placed the roses down and just kind of stayed there with her head bowed for a while. And then she like walked away. But then Cavani, our director, followed her to be like, what is going on? Like, what are you doing here? What's this all about? She figured she was visiting family and stuff, but she was not. She said she would come back to that spot every year on the anniversary of her lover's death. And he was a member of the SS, and she was a girl who had been imprisoned for holding socialist belief and having a well-known socialist father. Now that kind of makes sense because that's what our movie's about.
Right.
And where she had placed the roses was the site of where she had been imprisoned. And on the day, the anniversary was the day that her lover was executed by American forces. And even though she lived in America, she came back every year to visit that. So that's kind of like where the story started to develop. And she was kind of going with like, what would have happened if the SS man had not been killed? Like, what if he had escaped and gone to ground? And then years later, like just randomly, they met again. You know, like what would happen?
Yeah, it makes sense because the one thing I'll say about the film is that it feels incredibly like tangible, like it feels believable to a certain extent.
It's just not something I would have imagined because when the story starts, you don't know what their relationship is. And I was horrified. I'm like, this dude's stalking her.
Yeah.
She had a horrible time because all she's flashing back to is
those acts of violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's I like how it starts that way.
I mean,
if that's the first,
the swing carousel thing at the beginning is haunting.
oh my God.
Yeah.
It is a really it's not. It's much shorter than I remembered it being. That scene. I mean, it's literally only a few seconds.
Yeah.
But really, really unsettling.
That scene would be really good in the cinema, like with the volume up and stuff. I think that scene would be really good in the cinema.
Yeah, because I didn't know what those noises were at first. And I'm like, oh, God. And
Yeah.
she's just got to be up there.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was having such a nice time.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a horrible time.
Cavani wanted the look of the film to resemble expressionist paintings and have like very cold colors, which was very well achieved. And apparently...
A lot of blues and greens.
Which I think is fascinating for if you really think about what was coming out of Italy at the time.
Right.
Even the more upsetting, quote-unquote, erotic stuff was pretty colorful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even Last Tango in Paris or any of, Decameron came out around that time.
Yeah.
Things like that, they were pretty, had a much bigger color palette for sure.
Yeah, it's incredibly muted in some of the ways of it shows its cinematography and stuff like that. Yeah, no, Liliana's she's doing a good job of setting the mood. Making sure you're like, just so you're aware, this is a fucking horrible film about Nazis doing horrible things to innocent people. So,
well,
I think that kind of what I was going to speak to something I've had in my head in my notes actually from this time around is that I take a little bit of an issue with all of these synopses that exist, and I don't even think that that she saw it this way. I don't see it as erotic or as a love story. It's something much more complex than that. It's about a power struggle. What the power struggle exists between two people. In various situations, and this is an extreme one.
yeah.
I would argue that I would also argue that there's no way for her to consent. Certainly in the first part of the first half, when she's in the camp, because I think she's supposed to be around 15.
Wow.
Well,
okay.
She is his little girl,
right?
Yeah.
I guess that's what I mean is using that kind of language and that that kind of vocabulary. I think can be a little dangerous.
Yeah.
If going into it thinking that that's what it is.
I felt that, my interpretation of what was happening there was that she's reacting to this trauma that she suffered from the adolescence of her life. And I mean, I guess with this man, like, he's also suffered this odd trauma. Not to like give any kind of level of
He
sympathy towards
suffered
this
a
man.
trauma?
Well, here's the thing.
I would agree
like,
with that.
You know,
All right.
he's doing these unspeakable things in the name of this cause. She's reacting to what he's doing. She's so young that there's no full understanding of what is going on, like Josh said. And I think when they meet again, it ends up into that sort of like primal state that they're just resharing this
Well,
trauma with each other.
yeah, because initially it seems like she wants to get away from him, or at least hide herself away from him in this hotel.
Because that's
in
Yeah.
1957.
Because that's a very logical, a very sane response to.
To anyone
But-
barging
but it-
into
yeah,
your room.
But it goes away pretty quickly as soon as her husband's not around anymore. And
Yeah.
she even manufactures that she's not going to go with her husband.
Yeah.
And then she immediately puts on a nightgown that's very similar to what she wore in the camps.
Yeah.
So there is some sort of willful decision made there that's, again, it's not, and I wouldn't say that it's a loving thing in any
No.
way. I think that it's just
No.
incredibly damaged people. And to speak to that about, it to a certain degree, it kind of forces you to see what an SS officer went through.
Yeah.
Not like in a we hope that he comes out okay, or some sort of wish fulfillment that you should get fucking shot in the head, but just like
Yeah.
in a real way, what would be their mental state when they committed these horrible acts, but
Yeah.
then also what is the mental state when they're out? And I think that they show the difference, because his comrade buddy, all of his buddies, they're just, they seem to be acting like they're talking about the glory days, like they're like their days at the frat house or something.
Yeah, they're cold as fucking ice.
But Max doesn't. He
No.
like when in the evening at night, he always shuts the lights off in the lobby. Like, it seems like he wants to get away
yeah.
from himself. And
Yeah.
again, I think he should have had a bullet in the head. Absolutely. But that's,
Yeah.
again, that kind of is some Tarantino wish fulfillment shit going on,
Yeah.
which is fine.
But my thing is that I like to think that there was a percentage of people at that time who weren't 100% into it. Like, there has to be a humanistic element that's in there, and this is something that I kind of weirdly respected from I guess, like, the depiction of this character, because it's like it's very easy to kind of just, the image of a Nazi, is just like evil incarnate. And here they kind of, but I don't think it worked too well in Downfall, where they kind of were like, well, yeah, that's Hitler. Isn't he
Right.
sympathetic? It's like weird. But with this, it was like, yeah, because he was, from what we can assume, he's forced into doing something like this. And I like the idea that he was not 100% behind wanting to do that.
Even
for what it was.
when he and his buddies are talking about the potential trials that would be coming up, he does a sort of a half-ass seek hell deal,
Yeah.
and then they all do it with him, and the look he gives them is almost like, I was fucking joking, guys, like, what the fuck. That kind of had that attitude. And again, I don't find Max to be a redeemable character,
No.
but I do think that he is a human one that just did very, very horrible things and is probably a
Yeah.
pretty bad person ultimately. If our actions dictate what kind of person we are, then yeah, he's a pretty bad person.
One person was working more out of self-preservation than the other.
For sure. I think that also you have to take into account that she was so young when this abuse started, which, in the camps, that in all likelihood could have been her first sexual experience.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so she probably saw him, and he did nice things for her. I mean, shit, he kept her alive.
Right.
And I'm sure that there was some sort of obligation she felt, consciously or subconsciously, that she owed him something. It's pretty fucked. But I could see the victim mentality being able, that being the case.
Didn't he also just murder and cut the head off of that dude that was bullying her?
Yes.
What was that? trying to remember. It was like,
Again, like he's not redeemable. We're just saying that he holds slightly more humanist traits.
am I going to say her
that you would
name wrong?
expect.
Is it like, it's not Salome, is it?
I think it is.
Is it Salome?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was like that
Okay.
legend where they
Right.
cut off the head of
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
And I think
I don't
this
remember
this
things.
does it walks the line of, I mean, Nazi exploitation. It's got enough art house appeal and frankly talent behind it, but there are moments that aren't that different than some really gross Nazi exploitation films I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't think that it really falls in that category. But actually, speaking again about what was Bertolucci and these guys doing at the time, it may have emboldened her, Liliana. I mean, but to make it a little quote unquote sexier. Or maybe she felt a little bit of pressure to do it. Who knows? She claims up and down that the whole suspenders scene is not meant to be sexy. And I think she knew what she was doing shooting that scene. Because it's actually upsetting how it is shot to be pretty sexy.
Yeah.
You
And the
know?
thing is, it's also part of the main parts of the marketing material. It's
Sure.
like that one image. Like that's the catching image that got me to pick up this film and stuff. So
I watched an interview with her, and it was like about 10 years ago, and she'd said that originally the suspenders weren't involved, and then they added the suspenders, and she said it like gave the breasts like power, adding the
Yeah.
suspenders. But she said it was like weirdly sexy. Like she didn't
Okay.
expect it to be, but like adding the suspenders
Okay.
like made it sexier than she
Well,
thought.
that's okay. I'm
that kinda
I'm
makes
referencing
sense.
much older accounts.
I guess she had a different
So,
opinion now.
I'm wondering.
She
I
also
don't know.
said it was weird because Charlotte Rampling, like at the time, and probably still does, like has smaller breasts,
Right.
and like how, like that's not typically something that's like so erotic, but like it works so well,
Right.
like her body and like that whole, like the costuming and everything works.
yeah, I
Right.
do think
remove the Nazis and
it's-
rape, and that scene would be fucking hot.
It's so
Yeah, without
Hot-
everything that precedes it, that is definitely a very obvious, like
It's one of the coolest
exact observation.
looking parts.
Oh,
It is-
absolutely.
yeah,
Like that's iconic. And then
it's
that
so
dude who
fucking
dances.
weird.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like
the
a scene
thong.
out of like a Takeshi Miike movie, like all that green stuff, and you're just like, what the fuck is this? The fuck is going on?
Yeah, maybe the color is stopping the boners.
Yeah,
You know?
maybe. But like,
Maybe.
yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think she knows exactly what she's doing with this, though. And there is probably, that's where you could probably draw the most amount of eroticism out of the movie, I suppose. It's
Yeah,
just
I
that
get-
one
and-
moment.
And I guess that I think is the defining moment in it where I would say that this is so close to the line of exploitation.
Yeah,
And, I've seen plenty of Nazi exploitation films that aren't bad.
Yeah.
But they're mean. I mean, this is a mean movie, but not in the same way.
yeah.
Those films are designed to tap into a taboo that you're going to find erotic, where this I don't think is that.
Yeah. There's just a lot more of the human examination in this that's like incredibly deep, which I don't think you see in any other kind of examples of
Right.
of fascism, like in its in its darkest time. So it's like, and it also kind of puts you in a position where it's just kind of like, why am I interested in what this man's doing now when he's done something so fucking horrific?
Which is
I think,
interesting that Max is the protagonist of the
Yeah,
film.
yeah, it's because
And
he's
it's
very
not
open.
from her perspective.
He is the night porter.
Yeah.
You know, it's technically his story, and just kind of how, I guess, like how what he's done is like shaped him, and then this relationship with her, like it's fascinating, like it's very interesting. On top of obviously being absolutely horrific. So
Do you want to talk about the two penis scenes? They come in real early.
it's real quick. It gets real sad real quick.
It's one of them is fine, and then the other one's sad. So about 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the movie, I didn't know who this guy was, and I didn't know who the night porter was. I didn't know he was like our guy yet.
Yeah.
So But the porter, like Max, is getting annoyed by like the Countess because she keeps like spraying all this perfume and she wants too much stuff. So he goes to wake up another dude.
She's like weird permanent resident sort of thing. Yeah.
But he goes to get help and like is just slapping this dude around and like hitting him with underwear to try and get him dressed to go help the Countess.
Yeah, there's definitely a cruelty to Max at this point where he's very much like the hard boss. And yeah, he's slapping this dude in the face with his own tighty whities. It's
That's
like,
true.
yeah, and they're definitely not like 100% clean.
Oh, come on.
They're not clean.
I didn't examine them hard enough.
I
did.
Yeah,
They weren't clean. No,
they
they
don't
were
look
not.
clean. No, they're not
Frame by
clean.
frame on that Blu-ray.
Yeah,
God.
detail. Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Okay.
they don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I'll let you know when I get the 4K.
nice.
Street marks.
Crystal clear street
Yeah,
marks.
crystal clear street marks.
Okay, well, anyway, this guy puts on his underwear.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's like a very casual
Yeah,
man getting dressed in front of his boss.
yeah,
type
because
of a
they're just
thing.
having.
I assume it was
yeah.
his boss,
yeah,
right?
it was, yeah.
Ugh.
Well, they're having a fairly heated exchange about how he just wants to sleep and stuff, and he's had enough of it. So
Yeah. Well, there you go. You see that guy's penis.
you do.
Okay, so the next one is about 11 minutes and 50 seconds, and this one is just like you're kind of expecting to see it earlier because Lucia keeps flashing back to this really, really horrible, like unimaginable, horrible moment where she's like in that room with all of those other people, and they're all undressed. I think they're only just wearing
the other
shoes.
prisoners.
All the
Yeah.
prisoners.
Yeah.
Where they're getting like checked in by the SS officers.
hmm
And it's, yeah.
Yeah, Max comes in with the camera, the 8mm camera. I don't know if it was 8 or 16. I think it was an 8mm camera.
Yeah, that
I
stuff
wrote
always
down
bothered
about the
me.
camera. It's an
Yeah.
Ariflex camera, which was invented by the Germans. And then that's the kind of camera that they used to film the war because they were like
Mhm.
filming everything.
Yeah.
Even to their own
Yeah.
detriment, they were filming
Yeah, they
everything.
were.
But that's the type of camera they
Well, they
used.
thought they were gonna fucking win.
Yeah.
Man. But yeah, that
Yeah.
that was, I think that's an interesting way of like showing that part as well. And those
Yeah.
different parts of the movie.
It's
is
just,
him-
it's super fucking disturbing. It's just
Very.
incredibly
because
disturbing.
again, you don't know what their relationship is at this point, and
It's
you're
like
just
in
like
Peeping
this.
Tom. Like Peeping Tom has that very similarly. It's just like, oh my god, this is just rough.
He just keeps getting in her face.
Yeah, no, it's rough.
Ugh.
Yeah, that particular scene I feel like intentionally lacks some of the style too that the rest of the film has.
Yeah.
Where it's just so cold and it just
Well, it's kind of more documentary, like
yeah, it
like that-
forces
at
you
least
to look
that-
down the barrel of exactly what is
Yeah.
happening here.
Yeah.
And not just
she's- yeah.
physically, but emotionally.
Well, I mean, Liliana was known for making like historic documentaries when she first started. She did
Right.
a lot of documentaries for TV. So,
Mhm.
yeah, no, it feels so incredibly stark, which I think also adds to the fact of like the horrifying nature of it all.
I didn't have any information on how long like the production schedule was, but I thought they did really like such an incredible job with how Charlotte Rampling is portrayed, how she looks.
Yeah.
Because when you see her in those flashbacks, she is so thin, and it's just, I don't know, she just does such a great job with like her body language,
hmm
and she looks so young. And then in like whatever the present day 1957 is, she just looks
Yeah.
so much more mature. I don't know if it's the hair.
Right. I was thinking about that. Where the first time I saw this, I believe it was somewhere around 2008 or 9, maybe something like that, and I don't remember it being that of a stark difference in her performance and just how she embodies the character. I actually had in my head, oh yeah, she's short hair when she's young and long hair when she's
Right.
older, but that is
Yeah.
not the case at all.
No.
Oh.
I mean, you can see her ribs in her back.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could have that. That was
Well,
interesting.
yeah, I mean, she definitely did some work, but I mean, I was just assuming the Nazis shaved her head. That's what I thought happened. That's why she had short hair. But
yeah. Well, I
Yes,
think it was
no,
just
she
I just
had-
meant as a storytelling tool to know when it's a flashback or not.
oh,
Even
right.
before that,
Yeah.
Ryan, she
Yeah.
had a bob.
That's very logical.
And then, of course, they shaved her head,
Yeah.
which I was some sort of
yeah,
wig.
and then she has long hair where she's older.
Especially
Like
how the flashbacks just come in and out with not a lot of warning, I guess.
yeah,
So-
they just kind of flash in. She does, she does it. Like Liliana does a good job of making sure they're introduced correctly with the right amount of like intent behind them, because it does feel kind of like it's very jarring. And then obviously you get into the scenes and you're just like, holy fucking Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that. Okay, so the part of the movie where, like, because they'd been, Max and Lucy had been seeing each other piece by piece, like little by little, like at the opera, like at the front desk and things like that. And then when she doesn't go with her husband,
Mm-hmm.
that's the same night, right? Like he's gone. Max barges into her room, like he gets the key, comes in, horrifying. She seems she seems scared, but not as scared as I expected, because I still didn't know what was going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's yelling at her about whether or not like she's gonna turn him in, and then he's like punching and like slapping her in the face.
Mm-hmm.
So he was not pulling his punches at all. And the director said she doesn't do a lot of takes, but for whatever reason, during this particular scene, she was like, oh, let's just do it one more time. So it'd be like 3 times on the 3rd time. And Charlotte Rampling went up to her and was like, yeah, we can definitely do that again, but if we do, we can't film anymore today. And she's like, why? She's like, look at like my face.
Yeah.
And she's like, is he actually hitting you? She's like, oh yeah, he's hitting me. And so you can tell there's a part where she's like laying on the floor and she's like kind of like hysterical and like laughing a bit. And her face is all red and stuff because he really went for it.
Yeah.
And she was just going with it for the scene. So she's like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah. It's like the more we analyze it, it's just like, yeah, it's a perfect addition to Uncomfortable Brunch. Like,
yeah, because after that he starts calling her his little girl.
Yeah, I would hate to watch this and this and that. I would hate that. I'd feel so trapped. Like trapped with it. Yeah. There's not a lot of films that like do this to me.
I feel like some folks might actually get a little mad that we're showing it. I'm not sure. But just given the state of the world right now.
Oh, yeah, the timing.
And authoritarianism and general rise of... Regardless, I do think that it is an odd time for us to decide to show it, but also a good one in some ways.
Right.
Yeah.
Because this shit is on people's minds I would hope, to a certain degree.
we're seeing it on our TVs.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, you know. And the people making the comparisons, I mean, it's stark, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. Like, if they object to you showing it during this time, like, what are the reasons why they're objecting to it?
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to
You know what I
apologize.
mean? It's like, it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, I'm not fucking interested. So, no, why wouldn't you just punt it and just do it? And the fact that, you know what's even saddest about it is the fact that it has any relevance at all.
Right.
We should be thinking about it as if, that's something that happened in the past. You know?
I would be a liar, though, if I said that I would be as keen to show this right now if it were directed by a man. I will admit that. Even if it was the exact same movie, I would probably have some more reservations.
Huh, yeah.
I think it makes it a different movie.
Yeah.
Even if it's the same, it just makes it different. It just
It does,
doesn't
yeah,
have, it wouldn't feel, I don't know. I'm not saying this feels good, but it would feel bad.
It takes you on a bit of a ride.
I don't think that this movie is necessarily cruel to the audience. It shows exactly what needs to be shown to tell the particular story. I don't think anything is excessive in it necessarily. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I'm trying to think. Except for that one part where I thought that the guy was having sex with a dead body. And I'm going to have to go back and watch that part again. But the skin looked off.
It's not when the guard's having sex with a man and Charlotte Rampling is watching from the bed aside.
Yeah, I
That
thought
part.
it
So
was
what's
a dude.
happening there?
Yeah, I thought
You
it
thought
was
it was
a
I didn't
hairy
realize.
dude. Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
it
no,
It was a
dude,
hairy
too.
man and not a dead body?
Yeah, it was
No,
a
it was a
hairy
man.
dude.
Yeah, he's raping a
sex
man.
Oh. I mean, it doesn't make it better.
No, and then
This is
Max-
pretty
yeah.
bad. It's all bad.
Yeah, I think that the idea is that the victim of that is just kind of given up, gone limp, not
Not dead.
just taking it as it were. But then, Max comes in and saves the day again. It's manipulative, and I think that it starts to explore some of the ideas that maybe even Max doesn't completely acknowledge how manipulative he is being towards her.
Right. Well, because there's no other way about it. Like, she is being manipulated, and she is trying to save her own life. And however that turns out later on has messed with her head.
Well, that's just it. Is I think that everybody involved, and I guess that's what we're at least that's what I was getting at and agreeing about the whole idea of Max's trauma.
Okay.
I think that he's still trying to come to terms and I don't think that you can. I don't think it's possible to come to terms to committing those kind of atrocities.
No.
So, I mean, Max would probably be better off if he just killed himself. Not for the rest of the world, for himself. That's because he'll never escape it. And good.
No.
I mean, I'm good a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But I do think that insinuates that there is some sort of human empathy within him. He didn't have to save her in that moment.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that even the motives were totally pure or good.
Right. So why? What are the reasons that he's saving her?
But he's not saving her to get laid because he can do whatever the fuck he wants. I think that on some level he does have some sort of connection to her, an emotional connection that he values, just because of what it makes him. I don't know. I don't know how to articulate it very well, I guess. But I want to make it very clear. I am not in Max's corner here.
No.
At all.
Well, it's like, it also feels kind of scuzzy because, you're like, it's the mildly sympathetic Nazi, like on the infantile level.
I still don't see him that way. I mean, he still locks her up later on.
You know, the story is kind of like, it's trying very hard to give you like this kind of weird like balancing act with this guy,
Well, yeah,
it's like it forces you down a particular path, which does make you kind of question. You're like, oh my god,
it's almost like this is the opposite of something like Schindler's List.
Yeah,
I mean, leave it to Spielberg to make a Holocaust movie with a happy ending,
of course.
But
oh my god, the director literally said that like no matter what, there's no way that a movie of this time can have a happy ending. It's impossible.
Yeah. I mean, he also made a movie about the Holocaust that the main character is a Nazi who saves people.
Yeah.
So, yay, Oscar. Whatever. I'm not a fan of that movie. I guess that because there are no three-dimensional characters in those kind of story, those versions of the Holocaust.
Right.
There is no humanity where I think that just amplifies the evil. Is that it's a human being doing this to another human being, not a monster doing it to another human being. It almost lets them off the hook by just saying, "Oh, well, they're evil." Like, that's that's almost like, well, then they don't have a choice. That's how they are. That's what they do, and I don't quite see it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like exposing their weakness is what makes them doesn't make them immortal. It's like it kind of the big scary isn't usually that that big.
But that's what I was trying to say earlier, is that he still locks her up in that hotel room and like in a way to like try to save her, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess there's other ways that could have gone.
Well, I love the fact that this film makes you do that, though. Like,
makes
kind
you
of really,
lock you up
like
and
it kind of just
broken
like
jar of jelly.
Oh, you're just like, what the fuck? It's just, like I'm glad the film does this though, because
sure. You're not going to see it anywhere else.
No, and I'm glad
until
that's
Ron and I remake it.
Yeah, with an all puppet cast.
Muppets the Night Porter.
Yeah. That's not bad, actually.
Like horrible. Oh my
god. Who would the Night Porter be? Like Fozzie Bear?
Oh, Kermit, obviously.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Gonzo, Jesus.
Yeah, Gonzo.
Gonzo would never.
No. That's why I think that Kermit and Miss Piggy playing these characters. It makes sense. They're acting. They're not playing themselves.
That's very true, and it might just make it slightly less traumatic.
I think it would make it more traumatic. 'Cause it's still all happening shot for shot, including the anatomy of the puppets.
Like Miss Peggy.
Imagine Miss Piggy in that
with
room.
the braces.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I mean, we had to make it funny somehow, and the
just took 40
only way you
minutes.
do that is with the puppets. Really, it's just the puppets.
There was other people that were considered for the role of Lucia. It was mostly between Mia Farrow and Charlotte Rampling. So there was other people that were considered, but they weren't like the main two people, like Romy Schneider, who apparently turned it down, and Dominique Sanda were also considered, but it was mostly between Mia Farrow and Charlotte Rampling. And I guess the director had seen Charlotte Rampling in a few other things before, and then when she met her, it was the way that she walked towards her. She just had this air about her where the director's like, no, that's the one.
Yeah.
I need this chick. The ratings board actually prohibited anyone from under 18 seeing the film, but not because of nudity, but because there's a woman on top during a sex scene.
In what country was this?
I think it was Italy.
Was it Italy? Okay. I mean, that makes perfect sense. I just don't know if it was it could have been the British board as well, you know. That seems like a thing they would have pulled in 74.
Right? But it's funny because she's like, well, you know that happens, right? Like women get on top. And it's just weird. It's not weird. It had nothing to do with nudity because the nudity is not, what's the word? It's not like over the top. It's not,
Yeah.
It's just there.
But it's maybe because the nudity was so far to a certain point. It's like, what was the thing that was just going to tip it over?
Girl on top.
Girl on top,
Yeah.
Take a dick out or something. You might have been okay. Like, you would have gotten under that threshold.
There's a few. Or a couple.
Well, yeah, otherwise we wouldn't have. Yeah, I mean, you could just take one dick out. You only have the one dick, and then that's that.
There were also a lot of these, like, fringe Catholic groups that were protesting the movie, but it had nothing to do with, like, what the subject of the actual movie was about, the plot of the film. It was more about, like, the nudity and stuff. And
Sounds
it's like this
a bunch
could have
of-
been a good conversation if we're actually having a
Right.
conversation about the story and what this means, rather than just this nonsense. It pissed the director off quite a bit because it got pulled from the cinema like 3 times just because of these groups like arguing about it. And she was saying that a lot of these groups aren't even real Catholic groups; they're just these fake nonsense groups of people complaining.
It's like the veneer for just like a white nationalist group or something.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? They're just using religion as an angle. So, you just don't want, I don't know. Would Nazis approve of the night porter?
Well, they weren't allowed to talk about it because they were underground.
Well, that's true.
They could talk about it now
Yeah.
They could.
because they're
yeah.
not underground.
No,
Hopefully they're
I know.
dead.
They're very
Oh,
overground.
Yeah, Nazis these days, they're loud and
They're
proud.
pretty old.
They are.
Oh, I don't mean Nazis at the time. I mean just Nazis in general.
Oh.
People who subscribe to the Nazi ideology.
Yeah, they're pretty outspoken.
I don't think.
Like, when you give them a platform.
I don't
it's
think most of those
crazy.
guys are smart enough to watch Night Porter.
Also, Roger Ebert called this film despicable. Quote. I have no other words on that.
Jesus.
And a fun fact is that the director
I
intended.
thought that was a Roger Ebert quote still.
Nope.
That's an abomination. Fun fact.
No. Okay.
Oh, okay,
This is
sorry.
separated. The fun fact that I have is that the director intended to become an archaeologist before moving into film.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. There you go.
I'm an archaeologist. Maybe my next step is
Like we didn't know.
You want to make a Nazi sex movie?
Show me the script.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's got Muppets in it.
Well, as the guest, I'm going to let you go first, Josh. So we're going to go
That's
around
my
and do
least
our
favorite.
ratings
Okay.
in terms of visibility and context. You can split them up. 0 to 5.
I mean, I don't even know how to rate that because the first scene is just a guy getting dressed. So sure, it fit within the context of the scene.
Yeah, I do think we have to separate them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I nothing it, so I would say 5, sure, because I don't necessarily think that anything would have been lost if it weren't there, but I don't particularly care that it is. So yeah, and then I think that it was extremely appropriate the way it was used in the load-in scene.
Yes,
as it were. I think that I mean, yeah. Sorry, I don't really.
No, that's okay.
Really having to deconstruct that scene makes me feel icky. But yeah, I think that it's extremely appropriate the way that it's done. It's handled in a effective way.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Effective way. So yeah.
Okay, and let's just get your movie rating while you're at it.
Oh, okay. This time around, I think it's closer to 4 for me these days. I always had it listed as a 4.5. I would say 4.
Okay.
That's where I would land on it.
How about you, Ryan?
I kind of echo the same sentiments of Josh. I do, because the two scenes, like, contextually are both like 5 stars, but obviously in their own way. The first scene is what it is. It's innocuous, because it's like, well, it makes sense. He's getting dressed. And the thing that kind of ties them together is like the innocuous nature of it, because it's not in either scenario that is presented there. It's kind of just like, well, yeah, of course I would expect to see it if that's what's happening. Like, that makes sense.
Right.
Which is why obviously the herding scene, it's like, well, they're all naked. It's like, okay, well, this does actually make sense. It's just a shame that, like, it's absolutely fucking horrible, so cold and so clinical and just kind of, so robotic and so inhuman. It's just kind of, but like it fits contextually because it makes sense for what it is. But I do both see the kind of those moments as very innocuous because it's just kind of, it's very, to me, it's just very strange. In terms of the film, it's I know we've analyzed it to death, and we've all come away from it with our own kind of feeling, our sensibility, and the one thing we share is just kind of how horrible and horrific this whole thing is, and how it's kind of feels like it's changed us all. But for that reason, like I always gave the film like a 3.5. If we overanalyze it and we've looked at it this way, I'd probably give it a 4. I could never go any higher than that, but I'd never go lower than a 3.5. So it's kind of like, it kind of sits somewhere in there. And it's kind of difficult for me to explain, just, I think with all the overanalyzing it and have seen it before and stuff like that, it made me feel awful the first time I saw it, which is kind of similar to when Josh first saw it in like 2009, but I saw it with like an ex-girlfriend because she was like, maybe this will be good. And then we watched it and I'm like, fuck. I was like,
she bought it for a
Jesus
sexy night.
Right. She did, but then I also I squinted my eyes a little bit because I'm just like, that's just Nazi shit, right? Like, she's like, the costumes. I'm like, all right.
The costumes.
I mean, the costumes are very good.
They were.
The music is very good.
Yeah. But I'm still just kind of like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But then that's the copy that we had, like the DVD copy I have. The complete
mementos of a past romance.
Yeah, I still have her.
Night
Yeah, I
Porter.
still have her Studio Ghibli DVDs too. What?
What a collection!
So yeah, I don't know. For maybe this occasion, I'll give the Night Porter like a 4, but it's probably going to stick between a 3.5 and a 4. It's not, but it's good. It's actually very good. It's just I just won't ever give it any more than a 4.
For my visibility and context, I'm going to go with a 5 as well, because the more that you guys are saying, it's like, oh, okay, so we've got like modern day Max, and he's making a man put his clothes on, and there's past Max with filming people with their clothes off.
That's really interesting.
It's like, oh, the last time he was in a room full of naked people. It was really awful. And here we are in this particular situation. Still a weird manager.
Significantly more boring this time around.
Like, I've never seen anyone that I've been a boss to naked, and I want to keep it that way.
Not since I was a volunteer coordinator. Oh, don't like that joke. Don't like it. I immediately regret it. I hope you cut that out, Ryan.
I am laughing too hard. I can't get it out. Oh God, I could cry.
Wow.
Oh, fucking hell.
Okay, yeah, and then I gave the movie a 3.5, and I'm excited to see it bigger because I watched it at home.
Are you excited? Is that the word?
That's
Yes.
a weird word to use.
Yes.
That's a very
I am
strange word.
stoked.
Yeah.
Thrilled.
I'm going to have sad eggs watching my sad Nazi film.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Are
know.
we going? When is it? When is it happening?
Well, Josh, when is it?
It happens this Sunday, February 1st at 12 p.m. at Enzian in Orlando.
Excellent.
Yeah, tickets still
Yeah.
available. Hopefully not by the time this airs, but I think there will be tickets available at the door. It's selling okay, but it's not going to be a sold-out house, I don't think.
Yeah, because this is coming out
This
a
doesn't
couple
have-
days before. So
Yeah, this doesn't have the mass appeal of some of our other movies.
Right.
But I think that's kind of the fun thing is when you do something a little bit different. I mean, I don't think this is different from what you would
No, I don't
show.
really think so.
No.
I mean, we've
You
shown
know?
it. Well, you know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've shown it. I think that I feel a little more comfortable that we're in a proper cinema the last 6 years. That I feel like we've earned the trust of the audience to show something like this now, where I maybe wouldn't have 5 years ago.
Right.
I feel like this
Yeah.
is the kind of
It's a strange
turn an
sense of,
audience
like,
off kind of
yeah.
movie that,
Yeah.
Legitimacy. Just, doing something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be a good room full of people. So I think that.
Oh, this is gonna be awful. It's gonna be an awful.
It's gonna be real quiet.
There's not. Yeah, there's not any
Yeah.
parts that you would even give a little bit.
No, there's nothing funny about it,
mean-
man. It's so fucking brutal.
We'll see. We'll see what's funny
Where-
this time around.
God almighty.
You never know.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, Josh, again, and I'm sure we'll have you again soon because
I mean,
you're showing.
I'm showing Nymphomaniac in a few weeks.
You're
so
showing a
let's-
lot of dick flicks, and that was kind of the thing. You got to come talk about them.
Yeah.
If you put
Yeah.
them on the screen. So, make sure to follow us we're on Instagram, and we have a website on the beat, bitte.com.
Yep.
Instagram is @onthebeat. Where else are we?
YouTube.
YouTube, On the Beat. We're on Letterboxd, not at On the Beat. I don't have one for that. Should I? No. Anyway, but you can follow us there too. Thanks for being here, and we'll catch you next time coming to you from a barricaded hotel room. I have been Laura.
Sad Ryan.
Oh, I'm happy, Josh.
Here we go.
Yeah.